What's up, everybody? First and foremost, I hope you're all having a happy holiday season, but we've still got an episode of Skeleton Crew to dive into. Before we get into my breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you're not missing out on any videos heading into the new year. With that being said, let's get into episode 5. For the second straight week, we start the episode with a scene focused on the parents, and once again, I couldn't care less. They're working behind the scenes in their jobs, simply trying to find out what happened to their kids. It's just, even with the element of the added mystery, which I am intrigued by, this side of things has just been so dry. But then it's back into the fun of things as 33 has the crew on course for Ad-Adin, or so they think. The droid revealed more about his old captain here too, that being Tak Renaud, and Jode is absolutely fascinated by the pirate. He seems to be a legend of sorts, and it's starting to kind of seem like Jode just assumed the identities of some of the other legendary pirates, or mixed and matched their names to fit the course that he was currently on. Also, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but the name Tak Renaud could be referring to a con artist by the same first name. He didn't have a last name, but he appeared in Solo, A Star Wars Story, the movie, and is also played by C-3PO himself, Anthony Daniels. He stole whatever he wanted and eventually stole from the wrong people, winding up in the Kessel Mines as a slave. But we saw a blurred hologram of Captain Renaud. It was a recording that SM-33 dug up, so I'm assuming he's a new character here. Anyway, on their journey, we get an incredible moment between Jod and Wim as the boy has his dreams of grand adventures across a galaxy shattered by the reality of that galaxy. I think we've all been in Wim's shoes here before, and the way Jode talks to him continues to solidify him as a former Jedi. It's just, it's the when and the why he left the order that we don't know, and I'm itching to find out. Same way the kids are anxious to get back home, and they think they have until they realize they're on Lanupa, which is kind of like Star Wars' Switzerland. It's supposed to be neutral ground. The planet itself, it looked pretty cool actually, and Jod's noticed on the planet by another codename Dash Zenton, and the lack of trust between him and the kids has been a great element so far in the show. After the crew splits up to make their trip to Lanupa a quick one, we see a member of the Hutt clan enjoying the mud bath spa on the planet, and that's only important because of the recent news that Jeremy Allen White is coming on as Rhoda the Hutt in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and that's of course Jabba the Hutt's son, so they're still playing a major role in the galaxy. It also can't be a coincidence that the banking clan is there at the same time as them. It's gotta be connected. Then, unfortunately, we got some more Leia from the Kenobi show chase scenes in this episode, and, as I said a couple weeks ago, these are inevitable, but it still sucks when they come around. I will say, Neil, being the big goofball he is, makes him a lot better, or at least kind of funny, and they write it so at least they do get caught. This was also the best edited and directed one, so shout out Jake Schreier, this week's director. The other group, and then eventually the entire group, end up underneath the surface, and it was kind of like, what if one of Indiana Jones's adventures drew him to one of the White Lotus hotels? It was honestly a great concept, and it got a twist that could rival some of White Lotus's too. That twist came after 33 revealed that the treasure on Ad-Adin is an Old Republic mint, and if I had to guess, the people inhabiting the planet are using that for themselves as we speak. But with that new knowledge, Jod reverts to his pirate ways, challenging Fern for the captain's chair. When he does that, Wim whips out a lightsaber and ignites it upside down like a doofus before Jod gets dark, forcing Fern to yield. Now, Jod's got the droid, he's got the coordinates, and he's got a saber. And I've got a theory, or more so I think I'm piecing his character together. I do believe he used to be a Jedi, keywords used to be. I think the Old Republic term in this show and when it's used in universe is just referring to the Galactic Republic of the prequels, not the Old Republic we know from the games and the books. So with that, I think Order 66 forced him out of the Order and he turned to this pirate life to search for something that, we don't know about just yet in this show, but we'll find out about it, and that thing, at least in his mind could fix what happened to him. I don't know, just a quick theory for the holiday season, but this was a really good episode. The new vibe for the show of Jod versus the kids is a nice spark midway through, and I hope they don't walk it back, or at least not immediately. I assume he'll come around. I just wanted to play out because both Jude and the kids are so good during this scene. Honestly, the entire cast delivered on every note this week. It was so impressive. And so that'll do it for my breakdown of the fifth episode of Skeleton Crew. It was a great concept. Like I said, tapping that Indiana Jones times White Lotus energy, and I think Jake Schreier delivered a great Star Wars debut in the director's chair. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode, though, and most importantly, happy holidays.